So we'll see if they can do that as we go into the picks and bans of Game 3. We'll see if they can sort of carry on the success that they had in Game 2, but this time put an end cap on it instead of losing the final fight, which allowed Cognitive to take that victory.
This, to me, is how you know a god is really good. It's because you're like, I don't want to play it. We don't think we're good enough with it, but we still can't give it up, even though we're better than players than our opponents, right? Statistically speaking. But no way. Just no way.
It's the haircut.
Yeah, that haircut's cute.
The haircut is cute.
Yo, anime.
No.
She's anime.
Sylvanas and Athena going to be banned out. No surprise there, as is going to be the Bakasura. So that's going to be a big deal. Interesting stat here as we wait for the first pick from Cog. This ban system, Athena and Bologna, has been every single game they've played. And Serket has been picked. They've banned Bologna and Athena in every single game, and they followed that up with the first pick Serket. Most of them.
Right. I mean, this is the second time we're going to see that. Now, Thor's still available. I would like to see the Hunbots pick here. Yeah. It's the best jungler that you can want. There he is. It's the best jungler you can want, and it's going to make Meerkat maybe play something that's not an assassin.
I do love the Hunbats pick. Hunbats has always been a top pick for me, Brandon. Back before he was really celebrated, it's just, I don't care about anything but fear no evil. It spreads out the team, literally. Not using it as a euphemism, it actually spreads the team. It's incredible. Guan Yu and Shibalaki. Yeah. More Guan Yu than we've ever seen.
The Sun Wukong really didn't work out well against Geb in the end game. That really came down to just a pick on the fear. No, that was more Heroin and Famous Hate than anything else. Guan's going to make sure Geb doesn't spiral out of control. Resist has option here. I'm assuming this is going to be their Hunter. Neath still available. I don't know if they're going to want to pick that into Guan, because if you backflip, he's like legitimately just going to kill you. Agni going to be picked up for Chaos.
I like the Agni pick. Agni has so much potential. Looking at what Chaos has done, Agni is actually a really interesting pick. When you pick Isis, you're sort of committing to hard utility. Right. When you pick Giannis is off the mark. When you pick Poseidon, you're committing to hard burst. Agni does both.
Yeah, that's right.
Chaos has done both in these two matches. So why not give him the utility, the god that has options, which is Agni, and he will go that way. Third ban's out. Neath being banned out by Cog, and Isis being banned out by Resist. So they recognize that they like the Neath. I'm sure Cog isn't sitting there going, wow, we can't deal with that Neath anymore.
I see. I'm in the opposite camp. Like, I think Neath did really well, but Guan counters that matchup inherently. He doesn't care about the root. He doesn't care about her heals. Like, he just shuts her down. Medusa, though, going to make it through for the first time this set. I've never actually seen this card up close. It's an awesome card, man.
It is pretty sweet. You can tell it's a mask, not the regular face. Definitely I was going to say a good-looking character, but not in the traditional sense. Like, it's a good-looking piece of art. I wouldn't take her out on a date.
Are you good, man? Everything good?
No. You're the one that said anime before. I don't know.
Anime.
Boko no Medusa, whatever you people talk about. So, got to watch out for that one. But Medusa,
shout out to Volcanias everywhere.
We saw Medusa in Europe and not North America so far yet. Okay.
No, not okay.
No, okay.
Who's going mid?
Ymir. Duh.
Yeah, duh. Final option here for Resist Gaming. They're probably going, what the hell do we pick into that
That's
crap?
exactly what they're saying. So, I mean, let's think about this. Obviously, Shibalaki will wind up in the long lane. Obviously, Serket will wind up in the jungle.
So, Guan probably solo?
I'm going to go ahead and say we'll see a... And I mean, at this point, Brandon, this is a dice roll, right? This is a coin flip. So, I want to make you pick first.
I think we're going to see Guan solo, Sobek support, Ymir... No, wait, no, not jungle. Serket's the jungler.
She can play solo, but it's difficult, so I think we'll see her in the
I'm just going to cover that part of the screen with my hand. Oh, Wukong for top. All right, so we're going to see him on the solo lane most likely. He actually has a decent matchup against any of these guys.
Give us a second before we go into game real quick. I think we'll see Ymir in the mid lane.
Okay.
I think we'll see Sobek as the support for Shibalaki and Guan Yu in the solo lane to deal with the Sun Wukong.
I'm going to call mid-back just because, like...
Mid-back is cool.
Mid-back.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
Let's get into the game and see how we did. I like mid-back. I think, look, he's an alligator with a six-pack.
He's a crocodile.
And her win with the Ymir mid. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the greatest. Since Gandhi picked AFK in 4, I am the greatest predictor.
Man, I'm just trying to watch mid-back. Is that forehand of the gods? Are they going to do Gold Fury?
We both suck because Meerkat picked up Sobek, and it's going to be a Yeah.
Solo Beck is annoying to deal with. So, yeah, the quad hands are, I think...
Are they going to be cute?
Dude, I would love to see them do Gold Fury.
So, I mean, early Gold Fury, honestly, is a real, like, trolls aside, they have 4 hogs. Ymir does great early game damage. This is what you want if you're going to do it. Oh, the flip is going to miss. But now he has flip, so that's rough. It's not a lot of damage.
Yeah, Charge Prey is the lowest damaging ability of his decent movement, right? But it's a single target spell.
I like that play. We see Jigs and Meerkat still standing here. The Sun Wukong cudgel through the wall.
All right.
Got it. And it was actually really funny. They got hit by the cudgel and Jigs just wave emotes. All right, you can see me. How you doing, buddy?
So I'm expecting here that they're just going to use the damage. No Hand of the Gods in this camp. He's going to hand the mid-wave to get level 2, and he's going to look for the kill. This is kind of the Jerby ranked strat, right? It's cheese. Super, super cheesy. It's just, I'm going to try to catch you off guard and hope that you're not paying attention.
Yeah. I will say, cheese, and Barracuda mentioned this, cheese should not have a negative connotation.
No, I don't agree.
No,
I'm saying I agree 100%.
Exactly.
Cheesy, for me...
I personally love cheese.
For me, I don't like the word being used as the way it is.
Right.
It's hard to explain.
It's like me with luck.
Like in fighting games, like the word cheesy is an excuse.
Exactly.
And it shouldn't be.
Yeah, no, I mean...
But that's my negative connotation to it.
Yeah, and I know you didn't mean it. It's just we interact a lot more than SMITE game chat does. So, cheese...
Never heard of that. What's that?
Me neither. So the idea is that it's tough to deal with. That's generally what cheese means. But it does require a lot of execution. Ymir is incredibly O-safed. Ymir is incredibly unsafe. Doesn't really have a lot of ways to get out. And here we might see it. The Frost Breath is down.
That's a slow.
That's a crit.
And Chaos is not on the same page.
Yeah, not at all. Unfortunately, Agni just not there. Not going to be able to do it. And Herwin just moving around like molasses.
So here's the stat I always love to give out. 104 is the amount of health that Ymir gains per level.
All right.
It's insane.
Yeah, 20 times 100 is a lot. What is it, like 200?
There's a remainder.
Well, I mean, 4 times 20.
Oh my god. That was lit, man. All right, anyway,
cheesy. Back
to the back line. Homie FA going to steal the back camps. This is a big win for Blue.
Yeah, so basically, they're going to go ahead and get these back camps, which obviously will give them experience and trip experience from their opponent, but more importantly, they're doing something. You take a look at what Hudat and Chaos are doing.
Did nothing.
They're not doing anything.
And now they're both a level behind.
Wasting their time. And as Brandon said, they're a full level behind both mid and jungle.
Homie FA moving forward here. I still don't see what this Ymir is going to bring to the table. It's going to be hard for them to get this very low damage team off the table. Very low damage. I mean, look at all of their magical defense comes from Guardians. They don't scale very well.
And I mean, it's important to notate, Brandon. I mean, the mid Ymir might be something that you're not used to seeing, but if you watch the SPL Season 1, you know all about jungle Ymir. So in Frostiac specifically, you know all about how offensive Ymir works.
But that's control, right? I mean, that's all about jumping into a lane out of nowhere with Blink and then freezing them.
And he does tons of damage until the late game, and then he fully transitions into a Guardian.
Right, whereas Sobek never really does a lot of damage.
Right.
He can sustain through everything, but he can't really dish it out. When you see him get kills in the solo lane, it's like he's, his creeps are doing work, and he's whittling them down over 9 waves, comparatively to someone like Agni, who's like, I have 3 bombs in this flame carpet. You will die.
Mid-cam's coming up. Resist Gaming going to take the right ones, no problem. Meerkat stuck in between 3. He's stuck in the Bermuda Triangle, but he'll be out of there, no problem. Dash not going to grab.
Dude, Valentine's Geb shields.
I'm telling you, he's the player to watch out for.
Why?
Fear No Evil spreads him out like a good cheese spread. Cheese Whiz is good for Resist Gaming.
Why even use the ult there? There was nothing to gain. That's going to be really rough, right? I mean, they don't lose a lot there. No kills, but they're already behind in gold. The farm has been bad. Jig's in the mid lane right now, just holding experience off. And nobody decides that they want to go to the mid lane. They go for back camps.
They're just trying to milk out all the experience that they can, Brandon. Just trying to find every little spot to go ahead and grab that XP, and in that, they're forgetting what's right in front of them on the table, the wave.
I'm actually pretty surprised we didn't see Famous Hate use his ultimate in the last engagement either. That global presence is really strong, and maybe something that's kind of lacking from his gameplay is he's not using those ults when he absolutely should.
Yeah, you know, there's an interesting stat that nobody has access to, but I would love to see the amount of time his ultimate is off cooldown. I think that it would be very, very high because we don't see a lot of these Shibalanki ults.
Speaking of whittling someone down, Meerkat taking a lot more damage than I think he even expected.
Archers.
I mean, he has the Mark of the Vanguard there, which is doing a lot. But
and he had the sausages up.
The sausages?
The passive, they look like little sausages. You kind of just want to put cheese on them and put them on a sandwich.
Oh my god. I'm not part of this stupid cheese bet. Leave me alone, F-Dot. Oh my god.
You don't like sausages and cheese?
Oh my, production's in my ear telling me don't be scared of the cheese.
Speed camp is going to go down. No real contestation. 5 minutes in and no deaths. So I really think COG has... Or I think Resist has really proven themselves to COG. They're not as aggressive as they were in Game 1.
Oh, blinking in here. Freeze to Ballantyne. Going to get slowed inside the ultimate Shards of Ice. No, not going to come out. Really thought Herwin was going to line that one up. Might have a turnaround here. Ballantyne getting low again. Nope, going to be picked off.
Beautiful block by Homofe is going to earn the first blood for his team. He walked right in front of that rollout to prevent the Geb from getting out of there, which honestly, if Geb got out, you might have seen a re-engage from Resist because there's so many ifs. But Homofe stops it right there, puts a period on the end of it, and
I thought they were going to do the Gold Fury, man.
Too early.
That would have been an awesome call. No one was ready for it.
I said too early, but forgot they had a Ymir mid. And 4 hogs.
Homie FA's going back? Nope, yeah, COG's not going to go for it either. Nope.
Now Ymir has the red buff.
Herwind, yeah, red buff right now, 20% increase to his magical power.
You know, it's actually really interesting. There's a lot of mid players, right, that this type of thing is not super surprising, right? Jerby, duh. Okay? You take a look at Captain Twig when he played it, you know, Chalk mid, no surprise there. Lazes, if he brought out Najah mid, wouldn't be surprised. Herwind, he plays very traditional mages.
My man plays the most mage, right? He plays like Kukulkan.
He is
That's
like,
where his name comes from, right?
He's Kukulkan man and Giannis man. He's just straight mage dude. Did not expect this Ymir pick, and I'm going to be watching this like a hawk looking at a picnic to see how well he does.
Hudat in some trouble here. That's just going to be beads. Yeah, very smart. He probably would have died there if not for the beads.
Yep. Good attention to the actives. That said, the monkey's beadless for 3 minutes. That's rough. Oh my god, they have 2 monkeys.
The slap box going off right now.
They Resist Gaming has 2 monkeys on their team.
Meerkat is looking to reinitiate? No, he was trying to group them up.
Yeah, he's just messing around trying to get the sausages
If he actually, because they were melees and he outspeeds them, if he came back in to try to fight, he would actually run back and hit all 3 of them with the Sickening Strike, clearing the wave and healing for a little bit more than he did.
Interesting.
Would have been cool. Obviously, it seems that we didn't see words go in, so he doesn't get that. Shame. Jake's clearing up some vision here. Using that, that's a cheese ward right there. Talking about cheese, that's the cheesy ward. Putting it under the Gold Fury so you have to pull it.
Yep.
Sylvanas is like, I don't care about this. Everyone else is like, you're a jerk.
Beautiful blink and response from the Agni right there.
That was more than a blink. That was a rollout cancel right click to blink activation F into left click. That was 3 inputs he did in like
well,
a tenth of a second. Well, I hope he's
playing on instant cast because all supports should have their hog on instant cast.
What?
Your actives should
You could put a hog on instant cast?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, all right, so for the viewers at home and our casters here in the studio, if you put your default casting on instant cast, your actives will be instantaneous.
Oh, dude, ew.
And then when you press K, you can individually change. You should be playing on instant cast anyway, but whatever's comfortable. Whatever's comfortable.
Shout out to left click.
So if you put your default on instant cast, that'll make your hogs instant. And don't need an instant cast there. Cognitive takes it absolutely free and uncontested, despite Resist watching the whole thing go down on their minimap.
Yeah, they tried. They had the ward, and no one seemed to want to take the rotation. And with that, not only do they have an early lead of about 1,000, they're going to increase that to 25. Experience difference at 2K, and Famous Hate is getting unchecked here. This is where Medusa is strongest, and she is not being utilized. This duo lane should be getting camped. Famous Hate is the reason they won the last game.
Very, very true. Knock-up good from Ballantyne, but a freeze is better. He's going to go ahead and take 2 bombs to the enemy's face, but there's an ultimate coming out. He will die, but will his team help him out? The tick is good from Homie Effie, and his team doesn't help him out. Unfortunately for Resist Gaming, all they get is Herwind. Famous Hate picks up another one. Chaos goes down. Did not need to die there.
This could wind up being the game. Oh, who dat? No. Get out of there. You need to get out of there ASAP. That speed buff, man, that is not yours anymore. This is not the red side speed buff. This is now the cognitive speed. Don't do it.
He's going.
Don't. You're gonna die. Don't do it.
Press it. Press 3.
Hey, where's his weapons? Got a kill.
Solo kill. Solo lane. Not bad.
So
now they're in bad position. They're surrounded.
That was smart.
His weapon's very low.
That was smart.
Ultimate. He's going to go ahead and heal up here. He'll drop down in
Don't.
just a little bit. Will he be aggressive?
Did you see that? He was looking at them. No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
That's the conversation. You know the conversation in Mumble right there. The conversation in Mumble. Soul Laner. Go in. Go in. Go in.
No.
And Hunbats is sitting there like, no, I have 10 HP. I can't do anything.
Please do not do this to me.
Resist does go ahead and get the mid camp, so small victory for them. They do trail by about 2,000 gold, just a hair over 2,000 gold, so that'll be a little bit rough for them. It is just about 10 minutes into this contest. We will see Fire Giant spawning very, very soon. No team can really make a play for it, but it is definitely on the minds of our players here. 3-2. Read the kills.
Right now, everybody has a disadvantage on Resist, except for Words' weapons, who has a level advantage over Meerkat.
Got the kill.
The issue here is that in the endgame, Sun Wukong needs a lot of gold and a lot of defense. Heartseeker doesn't give you a lot of defense.
Interesting. Heartseeker coming out from the Sun Wukong.
I am not on board.
Let's dance with this for a second. Okay. He is.
Oh wait, that dash was cute. My God. He dashed in front of him, 3-man kata. Who are you looking at? Nobody.
Valentine's going to get dropped down.
Oh,
Jigs up on the horse. Here comes the Ogni Bombs. That'll hit a whole bunch of people as well as Herwind, but he falls down. Fearno does get the credit for that one. Tallow Assault obliterating who dat. I don't think he realized how much damage he was taking.
2 for 2.
All right.
Clean 2 for 2.
Nice and close. Resist still trailing by about 2,000 to 3,000 as we said.
Homie FA, does he still have ult? He does. Uh-oh, he landed in the lacerate. That's a guaranteed kill.
Damage down.
But he takes it
if
back.
He dies.
Don't
will he stay
spread
alive?
the poison.
And he spreads the poison to Chaos. That is not going to impact it severely, but I think it impacted the thought process coming out from Chaos. He didn't want to get too aggressive on the Jigs because of the poison.
So he builds the Heartseeker and now is just getting dominated. Because I mean, there's a Breastplate of Valor coming out. Yeah. Don't super love the Breastplate of Valor. I mean, it's going to give him some cooldown reduction, but it's going to give him mana. And this is not really something that Sobek needs. He's a little bit mana hungry in the mid game, but his late game is not about that. His late game is just about running around being obnoxious. The cooldown reduction is what's going to help him there.
25% is huge, but I'm going to go ahead and riff off of what you said. Ultimate, lurking in the water, does a ton of damage, and returns a boatload of mana.
Right. So. I mean, granted, it will actually return some extra now that he has that as well.
Of course.
The issue here is that he's not going to have a lot of damage. He's not, and he built into Shoes of the Magi on a character that doesn't scale very well. If you wanted cooldown, I would assume cooldown boots would have been the way to go.
I'll agree with that. Thought process, a little strange coming here from Meerkat. That said, Meerkat does, he has proven to be one of the better players on this team, in complete honesty. He doesn't really drop the ball too much, so we'll see what the third, fourth,
It's hard to drop the ball from solo, though. I mean, you just sit and farm, right? I mean, realistically, your job as a solo laner is get big, and then in the end game, you have one of two things. If you're a Guardian or a Warrior, you play the front line to try to get your team the Fire Giant or the control of the tower. If you're playing an Assassin, it's you do your best to get to the back line and kill the mage,
you're the cake in the oven. You just sort of wait, hang out, and impact the game later on.
I love
after
cake.
Everybody
That's a great analogy.
You know what my favorite type of cake is?
I don't.
Cheesecake.
Oh, damn it.
Mid camps on the left-hand side going the way of Cognitive Gaming. Right ones going the way of Resist. 4 members deep here. Meerkat's dash is down. Lurking in the waters is activated. Where's his weapons? Realize he can't stun nobody, so he's going to relinquish that one. Tail Whip is good. There's that Shibalaki ult we asked for earlier. Valentine, goodbye. My bloody Valentine is down for the count, and the solo laner having a lot of trouble as well. Does get up in the ultimate. That's going to be good. Spread out is the blue team. Cognitive Gaming, will they come together? They won't. Homie if he wants to chase, but nobody else does. That looks like that's the end of the fight. 7-5, Cognitive Gaming.
Bal has been the backbone of this team since the very first game.
And Cog notices it now.
Right, and they're rushing him down. You know, it's not a lot of teams that you want to fight and you want to burn down the support.
Right.
The only team I can really think of that is like that is Cloud9. Okay. Just kill Jeff Hinla.
Yeah.
If Jeff's alive, you lose the team fight. That's just always how it's gone.
He's the train director. Blink in from the non-support Ymir this time around. Freeze waited after the ultimate.
Got him.
Beautiful play by Herwind.
I can't believe that he's still alive. Look at that HP on Homie FA. Under 100, sitting at 76 right now. He's still going. And what, did they get the goal? They did. Gold Fury as well.
Yeah, this game, Cognitive Gaming's definitely in the driver's seat right now. Ballantyne has been exposed as the keystone of this team, and with that, the arches are falling, and Resist definitely not looking as strong as they were last time around.
Wards' weapon still has a level advantage over Meerkat. Everybody else deep in the weeds. Herwin level ahead. Jigs level ahead. We're going to have Famous Hate a level ahead, about to be 2, and then Homie FA sitting on 3 levels. And that's Cirquette.
I'm impressed with Herwin's ability to play Ymir. Knowing that, you know, watch out for the CC immunity, wait for the ultimate, then use the freeze. The walls are coming out nicely. I am legitimately impressed with this play.
Does he have it? Cobra's Kiss going to be good. Nice crits coming out as well. That's a guaranteed kill. Meerkat going to take that from Cirquette?
Yes,
I don't understand. He knows that Cirquette is a carry, right?
Uh-oh, here comes more Ballantyne.
Yeah, this isn't enough.
Yeah, this is just driving the point home that, look, we understand that Ballantyne is fantastic. Ultimate going to be used defensively. Hudat gets a kill. Chaos gets a second. You might have bit off a little bit more than you can chew, Cognitive. And they're going to suffer 2 kills for 0 going the way of Resist Gaming. So that's the first win for Resist since the beginning stages of the game.
Chaos actually leading player damage right now. Behind him, Hudat. And then, of course, we're going to see Cirquette. That's correct.
Yeah, Hudat? You asked.
Oh my god.
He doesn't play Smash. That's Chudat.
That was pretty cheesy, F-Dot.
It was. Looking back at the game, 15 minutes, 16 minutes in, 40 to 35 reads the gold. So Resist Gaming trailing by about 4,000 to 5,000, which is a lot at this point in time.
Famous is feeling himself right now, and he shouldn't be, because that's a Medusa. And I like the fact that she backed him up, waited for the creeps, and then he decides he's going to use the creeps as block, and then she's like, I'm Medusa, bro. Hold this green stuff.
Yeah, so he's got to watch out. The green stuff definitely coming in hot. You know, it's actually really funny. When Medusa came out, you know what my mind went to with that green stuff? Nickelodeon Gak. Remember all those game shows where, like, the penalty was, oh no, I'm covered in green slime?
The slime, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think of. I want a Nickelodeon.
We were trying to talk about the slime for the spring fling here. Homie FA trying to find something, taking a lot more damage than he expected. Fear No going to live through it. Homie FA going to live as well. And Fear No really trying to get out of here.
Uh-oh. Cognitive rotating hard body to this tower, but Fear No playing it smart. You know, that's a very smart play.
That was Ballantyne. That was Ballantyne right there. He's like, dude, they're coming real fast. Keep running.
Run away and never return.
I mean, no, he should probably come back. I mean, they're going to need him. Because what happened last time when Fear No got picked early, right?
I mean, to make an insensitive joke, we saw what happened when you never return in the European match. Rip the Poppins.
That is unfortunate.
3 members deep in the mid lane is Cognitive Gaming. They have the Mystical Mail online. You know, since the spring finals, this item has been so popular.
Which item?
Mystical Mail.
Dude, I love this. I've always loved this item, and I'm so glad Divios is making everybody build it. Although, on the support, this isn't a Divios influence. This is the influence of Dare to Care. Dare to Care Season 1 support, he's like, why would I build Sovereignty, which was 10 times better back then? Yes. He goes, when I can build Mystical Mail and just kill everybody.
Well, I mean, back then, the answer was to help your friends.
The best defense is a dead opponent.
Very true. You do 0 DPS while dead. That was always my, hold that thought, blink. Okay. Blink in, freeze, 180, turn around.
No, that was a Hudat thought. He thought I'm going to blink in and freeze Hudat.
Looking at that. Taking a look at the...
Oh, right. Production reminding us, Mystical Mail also procs the Teleria boots, which means if he gets into a fight and hits someone that he normally wouldn't have, it's like, what was it, 650 gold? It's really high. Whatever Dare to Care, I mean, he's on Twitter a lot about how much he hates it. So I think it's like 700 gold and like 30,000
Every time I look at Dare to Care's Twitter, I can only see how much he hates Sprint 3. That is the biggest complaint coming out from Dare to Care.
I love Sprint. I love Heavenly Agility.
I like pissing off Dare to Care, so I love Sprint 3.
Shouts to Dare, though. Shouts to Dare.
Shouts to Dare. Love what he's doing for Eager in that jungle role. We'll see him again.
Dude, he's incredible in the jungle role, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, we'll see him. If you guys want to tune into the Eager plays, we see solo lane matchup. Very, very low. Meerkat versus Words as weapons. Not going to do it. Eager plays High Five next weekend.
That's right.
In our summer qualifiers.
High Five, I think 3rd seed coming out of Challengers. Going to fight 1st seed coming out of Challengers. Eager is on Sunday next week, not Saturday. So a little bit over a week until you be able to see that one. We got a timeout coming here from Chaos. It looks like Valentine has DC'd, so they're going to take a second here and just get everything situated.
Interesting stuff that we've seen thus far in this matchup. It looks like severely that the SPL team is on top this time around. Game 2 was very, very resists, but I mean, when you get the wind taken out of your sails as strong as they did in that last game, it's really hard to pick it back up.
I mean, the Fire Giant, right? It came down to them, maybe not the fight that lost them the game so much as the fight before it, right? Where they were fighting for the Fire Giant, didn't get it, and they lost their entire lead off of it. We're back in, though. It looks like COG going directly for the Gold Fury here, and this is a very smart play. Yeah, I mean, no one's even close to this thing.
And that Ymir ultimate, you saw just how much, I mean, to break it down in simplest terms, the red went down a lot when he used that ult. That is why you see a lot of early game Gold Furies coming out from Ymir supports, Ymir jungles, and I mean, I guess Ymir mids. Herwind coming onto the right-hand side. Beautiful wall. Valentine caught out like a cheese stick in a fridge. He's going to get 2 down with the ultimate. That's going to be good enough, but will it hurt him or more the team? Down comes Jigs. Beautiful ultimate from Hoodat. That could be the savior for the team.
The issue is that Homiefe beadsed immediately. Wasn't affected by the fear at all, and Ambush is out. He's looking back in. Cobra's Kiss is ready. What are you looking at, son? Turn around. Meerkat getting very low. One shot.
Wow.
Gonna do it. Can they find it? They're trying to get to the back line. Jigs actually gets sacrificed for Meerkat there.
Good play.
Ooh, that hurts, and they're not done.
It was a good play. If Meerkat gets away, he will. But if you just get 1 hit onto that Sobek, that is not a good play. I like that play by Jigs. Understanding what's happening. Words his weapons very low. Ultimate down by Homiefe. It's not enough to kill him, though.
Mid lane still going on. Famous Hate finds a kill into Chaos. They're going to trade at Herwind. Rising Jaguar is down. This should be 100% a kill. If they drop this on the Famous Hate, this is 100% an error, but they're not going to. Double kill for Fear No. Medusa catches him looking again. This time doesn't need the Stone Gaze. Just sends him right back to the base in a box.
That'll be pretty good. 3 kills going the way of Resist Gaming. Well, they only suffer 1 themselves, and that'll be their mid laner Chaos. Meerkat trying to chase down Words as weapons.
He got the speed.
As he gets the speed. So that's a good steal, and immediately Resist Gaming not content with getting 3 kills. They're going to look for the stuff after the stuff, Brandon, and they're going to take their Hunter from the long lane, shove him into the mid, and take down the tower. That's great.
Something that Homiefe didn't see right there, and it's very important. As soon as he stepped into the tower line, both Fear No and who was it, Valentine? They both took 3 steps back. They were afraid. If he walked in to fight them, they would not have taken that tower. And this is kind of the weakness I talked about last week with Homiefe, and that 100% comes down to his aura. He doesn't understand how to use it. Whereas Omega just like walks up to you and you're like, nope, I'm out of here, right? Homiefe walks up, they walk back, and then he walks back. He had the presence there, and he didn't take advantage.
And I mean, so we talk a lot as Blue Buff is going to go down. Shibalaki ult is out. That's defensive. I like that. That looked like it did nothing. And that's exactly what they wanted. It's a 2-on-4. You want nothing to do with that fight.
Exactly.
So when nothing happens when you pop your ultimate as a Shibalaki, half the time you're right.
God, I love Acid Spray. I did not expect that to hit those archers. Whew, I love that move.
So we talk a lot about the aura of a underdog team or a challenger team going up against the SPL team. Well, Homiefe is new to being on top. So is COG in general. So, you know, that aura that you mentioned, we called it the Zapman aura once before. A lot of players sort of have this, like, when you're a lower-known solo laner going against somebody like Cyclone Spin, there's this mental...
It's the Omega aura.
Right? All right, we'll call it the Omega aura. Calm down. Knowing how to utilize that is difficult, and Homiefe is new to this team. He's not used to being feared. And now he is, and he didn't make use of it.
So I don't know, man. I fear that guy. Every time he's on the other team of ranks, I'm like, oh, man.
That's because you're bad.
He's just going to gank my lane like 30 times. He walks into the lane, I'm like, no, I'll just sit a tower, have my creeps, please.
30 times? I mean, aren't you used to 25 deaths?
Yeah, you've been holding on to that one for a while, huh?
I mean, why do you think I didn't play in the game? I didn't want to have 25 deaths.
You know, it's funny. They're like, so Cyclone, does Afro beat Baka or not? He goes, it doesn't matter.
Does it?
Clearly does not. I still think she wins when I don't have Captain Twig camping in my tier. All right, anyway. Valentine going to be flung out directly into the Cobra's Kiss.
Man.
Two-man Cataclysm as the Heavenly Agility comes out. Shockwave doing some damage. Great ult coming out. Actually going to send Homie FA back, but Valentine's going down.
They're so spread out here, Brandon. The red team is going to go ahead and just get decimated. Hudat will get a kill, but so will Jigs. So will Herwin. That's the second for the mid lane Ymir. They're going to go ahead and chase Jigs, but they need to take down the solo laner. Sun Wukong gets the kill.
Woo,
they get it with the charged prey, the lowest damaging ability in that entire kit. Will they dive? They won't.
Smart.
They're going to go ahead and get the creeps. That's a 2 for 4.
They're backing? I guess their option here is they're going to just they're going to back here. They're going to buy up, heal up, and they're going to look towards the Fire Giant. The issue here is that how does Chaos with that amount of health stop this? They have Famous Hate.
Yeah.
Famous has 2 kills right now. Decent amount on his passive. Close to full build. About an item and a third away. That Balance Blade online, I really would have liked. Can we see Golden Hand, please, for Famous Hate?
Take a look at, and it's not that much.
No, okay. So I was going to see if he could sell it, try to finish it up, because he still has the blue stone, but he's got that gas pedal.
Agni has a whole bunch, though.
Agni's backing now?
Uh-oh.
They're giving this up. This could be GG.
Geb sees it. Valentine forever the one on point. 50% down is the Fire Giant. All he needs to do is stay out of combat. There it is. Very low. Hits it. Oh, he's stunned for 1 billion seconds. It's not going to be good enough. Resist takes the Fire Giant. Beautiful play by Valentine. Herwin's in a little bit of trouble, waddling away from the Medusa. Out comes Lurking in the Waters. That will chase Fierno away. He gets no stuns with the Stone Gaze, but they don't need it. Resist has stolen the Fire Giant, and all 5 are alive.
This is so much trouble right now for Cognitive Gaming. Now, they have a decent lead with 6,000 gold, 6,000 experience, but it is negated by the fact that they just lost the FG. Their biggest weakness as a comp right now is their sustainability is garbo. Yeah. I mean, Ymir by himself, or I'm sorry, Guan Yu by himself can keep that team up, equal to the Fire Giant, right? So it's going to come down to who's going to land the most skill shots. There's no more my team's ahead or my team messed up a team fight. It's who's going to land the most skill shots. And right now, with the way Resist is playing, if they can get Homie FA out of the fight, if they can kill Famous Hate earlier, if they can push Jigs out, any one of those things is going to be worth it because Sobek and Ymir just ain't swinging at this point in the game.
Resist Gaming going to take a look at the Gold Fury. Jigs trying to see if he can do what Valentine just did on the Fire Giant. Homie Effie got no FG. He's going to be coming around on the left-hand side of your screen. Don't be surprised to see the Serket jump in. She's all the way in lane, but she can jump over this wall. Resist Gaming trying to bait the fight, actually. Fierno is level 20. He's ready to kill people.
Everyone's trying to keep their distance here. It seems that Resist Gaming may not be 100% committed to this Gold Fury.
Meerkat's all alone. He's all alone. Kill the crocodile. He's all alone.
Serket is ready to... He's trying to get to the back line. I mean, that's what the Guardian's doing. They're trying to disrupt.
There it is. There's the ultimate coming out from Hudat. Immediately erases the support Jigs. I feel like the entire game we watched Herwin walk away.
They have 2 more supports. You're fine. They have a Sobek and a Ymir because reasons.
I feel like the entire second half of this game, Brandon, we watched Herwin turn and walk away because Ymir doesn't do much from a distance.
No, Ymir and Sobek right now have no place on this comp, and I think that's the issue is Cognitive has drafted a very curious comp that doesn't seem to be working out for them, at least not with the playstyle. Like, if Meerkat was the initiator there, that would have been a completely different story, but he was waiting for his team to initiate so that Sobek could reinitiate?
Well, see, that's the thing. We saw him coming around the back, as you mentioned. That's not a Sobek play. That is a play for Hun Bats, a Bakasura.
They have a Serket.
Any assassin that Meerkat traditionally plays, and we're seeing the difference what happens when you switch what you're used to playing to what you want to or your team wants you to play. Meerkat played that like an assassin, but he's playing a low damage.
He was playing Hun Bots.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's not how it works. Taking a look at the builds here, It's curious to me to see the Ethereal Staff. I think it's a great pickup, but if he was going to pick that up, why wouldn't he have picked up the Mail of Renewal, which is going to give him extra health?
I actually like the Ethereal Staff because to me the Ethereal Staff is Warlock Sash, but I wanted it too late.
Right. I mean, it's Blood Forge with Death Gloves. It's a fine item.
Yep.
But if he was going to plan to go into this, Mail of Renewal just would have been better.
The MLC of Renewal.
Not to mention the 10% cooldown plus the Spirit Robe put him at 25%, so it's not like he'd be too far away from the cap. It still kind of fulfills what he wants, but he goes into the Breastplate of Valor. He's really... Oh wow, that lead has shrunk.
Can you please bring those graphs back up?
Yeah, one more time.
That is a sharp dive. Folks at home, I want to direct your attention to these graphs. You see, Cognitive Gaming had a huge lead, and Resist has yanked the carpet out right there.
7,000 gold.
About 28 minutes. They took everything.
And they still have FG for another 20 seconds. They could fight here.
And fight they will. Words is Wisdom gets the hit onto Jigs. I know it's Wars. Almost hurts him, not quite. Jigs gets out of there, no problem.
Fire Giant's going to be gone 5 seconds, which means this fight no longer is in favor of Resist. Slight advantage, and I mean slight to Cognitive Gaming with their golden experience, but they've used this Fire Giant well. They took a lot.
They got the towers?
Yeah, no, they took a lot. They're blinking in.
Blink in.
Fear knows
nothing
trouble.
Coming out. There's the Who Dat ultimate. Will he kill somebody in it like he has done every single time this game? Fear No is just eliminated. Homie Effie, the Iron Homie, no problem for him. And on the right-hand side, Famous Hate trying to fight to save his life. Down goes the monkey to the hand of Meerkat.
Who Dat's dead.
But Who Dat trying to fight. Famous Hate takes him out with a couple of basics, but the Soul Laner takes out Famous Hate. Here comes Agni. AoE not enough, but Meerkat misses the dash. He's behind enemy lines. They're going to look at him.
He has too much health, though. Really, they should not be committing. They should be trying to look for Homie Efe here. Words' weapons might have an opportunity to turn this one around should he choose to do so.
They're jumping in.
That was
and
not
Chaos
a good idea.
Takes him down.
What was he expecting to happen there?
Blink in coming out from Meerkat on that Sobek. Again, he's going to get a good tail whip onto one, but not onto all. Ballantyne is now the target of the enemy. Good freeze coming out from Whirlwind. Where is the follow-up? There it is. Words as weapons kills Whirlwind.
And look at this. Ballantyne still alive, just barely going to be picked off. Cooldowns coming off.
It's worth it.
That was a 4v3 that they just dropped. 3 for 2. Resist Gaming resists quite well. Next Fire Giant fight belongs to them.
Resist Gaming is...
They shouldn't be backing. This is a free Fire Giant that they're letting go right now.
It's actually really funny. First game they just gave to Cog. We'll forget about that
one. Right. Which game?
Exactly. Second game, Resist Gaming wins 40 minutes of it. Cog comes out and takes it. I'm not going to say too much right here, but this game has looked to be Cognitive's all up until the last 5-6 minutes, and Resist is looking very strong at this point.
Jigs by himself right now. Meerkat still down for 23. Herwin's down for 10. Famous Hate respawns. Homie Efe respawns. Everybody except for Ballantyne is up right now.
It.
Do they have another hand 3? They do. They do have another hand 3. Yep.
Gotta be a lot of damage. Not saying that at all. Famous Hate.
Just
chunking down Who Dat.
They just lost this Fire Giant.
Famous Hate single-handedly just chunks him out.
Shibalanke, man. Yeah. Allied, I'll tell you, this character's no joke. Fear No trying to balance this one out. Jigs actually winds up pulling the Fire Giant there with his Mystical Mail.
Mystical Mail just makes me laugh.
I like the Midgardian now. He can't be boxed.
Yep.
Fear No cannot send damage into him, safely at least.
Yeah. And I mean, that was the problem. Jigs had been eliminated twice, and that's what got them the 2 objectives.
Look at those player damage charts.
Wow.
Look at that. Top 3 belong to red right now.
Yeah. Famous Hate starting the Fire Giant, and Jigs pushing people off. They remember what happened the last time. Ballantyne is here. The freeze misses, so he's still out of combat, and smartly, Cognitive backs off. Triple Cataclysm.
Beads off of Famous Hate. He's already at half health. They should 100% commit to this fight. Herwin's low. Jigs is low.
Chaos.
That is a guaranteed Fire Giant if they try to fight for this, because they just sent half the team back. Now, does Meerkat have hand 3? He does. He does.
Meerkat does have hand 3. He's going to go ahead
and... down. He's a sitting duck.
Here's Jigs as well. Stun is good from Meerkat. They need more damage on the Fire Giant if they want to do it, but it looks like they don't. They want to take the fight. You have to decide right now, Resist.
Fire Giant
They're not deciding.
Fire Giant reset. Geb Shield's going to be wasted here. Words is weapons.
Blink is down.
This is trouble. Words, the decoy actually goes down. His ultimate's already on cooldown. They're not committing hard enough to either point, like F. Dot said. They're going to wind up getting this stolen.
They are too There's too much trepidation in this fight right now. Resist Gaming has not picked a target, and now they find themselves as the target. Hudat is dead, going the way of Meerkat. A good knockup from the solo laner, but it's not good enough. Hog it, hog it, hog it, hog it. Cognitive takes it. Thank you for the hog. Herwin will walk away, and the blue team will take the steal, again, cementing their lead.
Right back in. There's no reason to escape here. Valentine's going to be good. That wall actually shuts down the complete entirety of Medusa's ult.
She's going to get the stun.
Yeah, she's super caught there. Last one alive.
Oh, man. That did not go the way that Resist Gaming wanted it to go. Unfortunately for the Challenger Cup team, what could have been a very, very good fight did not go their way. And again, I will say it, it's because they did not choose a target. They weren't sure if they wanted the Fire Giant or the fight for the Fire Giant, and they half-heartedly committed to neither, while still keeping Fire Giant on themselves. And because of that miscommunication or bad decision, whatever it was, Cognitive not only gets the objective, they get the fight, they get the mid lane completely, they get the right tower. Everything is going the way of Cognitive Gaming.
They just increased their lead from what was a little under 2,000 to well above 6. Going to be very hard for them to come back from. Resist Gaming, right? I mean, they're down 6K gold. There's a slew of level 20s over there. We have most level 20s over here. Hudat and Valentine still a small bit behind. But what it comes down to is that Fire Giant buff means the world at this point.
Oh, yeah. Fire Giant is going to be so incredible. It's percent-based for magical power and physical power. So it's sort of like the red buff. The red buff at the beginning of the game means a little bit, but later on means a lot.
So we're going to be going in to the purple buff here. Blue going to be pushing up towards the left side. This is going to be trouble here. I don't see them keeping them off the tier 1 or tier 2.
Okay.
In fact, I definitely think 100% that they should just let those go and try to look for the Phoenix throw. That's really all they can do.
1060. 1060. That's all I see. The 1060 crits coming out from Shibalanka are just too much.
The passive's not even full. He has 2 more.
Ouch. He
actually just now finished his Heartseeker stacks once again with that wave.
Yeah. Damage coming out in the left-hand side of the map. We're going to see the tower just get melted like a good cheese sandwich.
You guys are just... Production's making cheese jokes too. I don't know what to do anymore. Going into the left Phoenix. Now, mid Phoenix is already down. Words as weapons just back to the base. They're going right in.
Oh, the blink charge prey was not good enough. The beads were quicker. So is the shield damage going on to the Phoenix like it should. Famous Hate, I will tell you, Famous Hate has had his eyes on structures the entire series.
That's how it should be. That's how it always should be.
100% agree.
Unless you are guaranteed a deicide or 3 or 4 kills, you need to be looking at the objective.
As the hunter, yes.
So now they have 1 more objective standing in their way. This is looking like they're about to close this one out.
This could be curtains, Brandon. 4 members of Cognitive Gaming on the right-hand side, and the 5th will join them momentarily. Resist. This is where they have to put everything on board. This is where you buy a red pot, even if you're not done with your build. This is when you're just like, this is the fight
gotta end it.
That counts.
Where's his weapon leading the front line here? Trying to find a way in. Just trying to keep them back as well. You see he's trying to keep his distance.
Meerkat blinks in, misses the charge. That's going to be bad. Herwin walls off the rest of the team. Beautiful attention to detail. Already up in the ultimate is the Sun Wukong, but now they're going to get re-engaged at Words as weapons decoy is done. Not like it ever really mattered much, but there's 5 members down. Blink is down for the Sobek. So is Charge Prey.
Got him.
Good stun onto Famous Hate. That's who they have to target. He's the one killing it. Homie Effie takes down Fearno, but so does Words as Hate goes to Famous.
So that's going to be a 1-for-1 Hunter trade. Homie Effie in some trouble here if he gets caught. We see very, very low in the back line. Why is anyone escaping from this on red? They have a great opportunity here. They're giving way too much room. I would have loved to see Jiggs dash for the cooldown reset there.
Okay.
If he remember, if he dashes an enemy, he gets 2 seconds off his cooldown. He could have dashed, immediately healed, and then threw out another Tallow Assault very soon after, but he plays the safe route. He keeps using that conviction, and he's using it well because the team is staying up. Fire Giant, though, already down.
Ooh, Valentine did not expect the team to be there, and now he's in a wrong spot. 4 members in blue, a wall and a body block is all that's left, and Valentine exists no more.
Herwind is doing 10 times as well on this character as I expected.
I would go 20. Like we said, he's a traditional mage player, but the walls are on point. The blinks are doing well. He's missed a couple of freezes, but everyone does. Jakes with the BM.
Backing.
Look at Jakes.
I thought they were just going to try to end.
Yeah.
And they have all 3 Phoenixes down. There's still tier 2s left in the mid, which means they couldn't just rush down. And with Fire Giant, actually Fire Giant's up, they could have threw there. I don't know. Risk versus reward. Win the set versus maybe lose Fire Giant, right? Like,
I feel you. Makes sense.
But they have an 11,000 gold lead. They're going to take it slow.
Yeah, Famous Hate's going to kill the back camps.
And I mean, like, if they have the 2 Phoenixes down, right? Why not take it slow? I guess I see it. They have to defend this, and they have the 2 Phoenixes that you want.
There's no, watch out. The damage coming out onto the Hunter. Homie, I figured to jump back after that. But so, the difference here, Brandon, is basically that there's no timer ticking down on them. They can take as long as they want. There's no worry about their base being invaded. There's no worry at all. So they can go at their own pace, which at the end of the day is exactly what wins you games.
Words forced to use his ultimate pretty early there. Hudat off to the backside as well, trying to jump away. Herwin chasing it down. As you see the decoy go away. We're looking at the mid laner in just a second here. Herwin looking for the kill.
Jakes picks up one as well. Herwin does get the kill. So that's 2 deaths on the side of Resist Gaming. Valentine blocked in one more time. These are not supports, folks. It's just one support in the mid laner. Left clicking each other. That's hilarious.
I love the constant slows coming out. He's forced himself into a really bad spot. Fire Giant's going to come out. Homie Efe, huge damage. And Meerkat able to finish that one up. They're going to push towards the mid lane. This game is looking pretty over. The duo lane remains, or well, one half of it, as Valentine's about to go down. It's going to be Fierno rather, versus, it looks like, 5 members of Fire Giant. And,
beautiful ultimate coming out from Fierno. Just one last note for everybody to take note of. I mean, really has done very well in the dual lane. Wanted to show everybody, hey, I know how to use an ult on some grouped up players, but unfortunately for Resist Gaming, despite their actual best efforts, honestly, they're going to go ahead and drop the 3rd game in a row.